Have you ever wondered why bone marrow is so crucial to our health? It's a question that may have crossed your mind, especially if you're delving into the fascinating world of human biology. You see, bone marrow is not just a gooey substance nestled within our bones. It serves as the manufacturing hub, the beating heart, if you will, of our body's blood cell production, a process known as hematopoiesis. Now, what's being produced here? None other than hematopoietic stem cells. These remarkable cells have the potential to transform into three vital components that our body relies on: red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. Red blood cells, the carriers of oxygen; white blood cells, our body's defenders; and platelets, the clotting agents. All stem from this incredible factory we call bone marrow. So, as we can see, bone marrow plays a pivotal role in our body's functionality. But what are its benefits? One of the most significant benefits of bone marrow is the production of red blood cells. Now, let's delve deeper into the role of these microscopic warriors. Red blood cells, or erythrocytes as they're scientifically known, are like the delivery trucks of our body. Produced in the bone marrow, these cells have a crucial role. They carry oxygen from our lungs to every nook and cranny of our body. Envision it like this. Every time you take a breath, these red blood cells pick up the oxygen and embark on a journey through your bloodstream, delivering this vital element to your organs and tissues. Without this oxygen delivery system, our body simply couldn't function. Now, each red blood cell is designed for this very purpose. They're disc-shaped, which gives them the flexibility to travel through even the tiniest blood vessels. And at the center of each cell is a molecule called hemoglobin. This molecule has a special ability to bind to oxygen, making the transportation process possible. Let's consider for a moment what happens when there aren't enough healthy red blood cells. This leads to a condition known as anemia. Anemia can occur for various reasons, such as a lack of iron in your diet, certain diseases, or a problem with your bone marrow. When you're anemic, your body struggles to get the oxygen it needs, which can lead to symptoms like fatigue, shortness of breath, and even organ damage in severe cases. So, it's clear that the production of red blood cells in the bone marrow is a process we can't afford to take for granted. It's like a well-oiled machine working ceaselessly to ensure our body gets the oxygen it needs. When this process is disrupted, it can lead to serious health problems. This is why maintaining healthy bone marrow is so important. It's the factory where our red blood cells are made, and without it, our body's oxygen supply would be in jeopardy. So, the creation of red blood cells by our bone marrow is vital for our body's oxygen supply. Another crucial benefit of bone marrow is the generation of white blood cells. These microscopic warriors are produced deep within the marrow's confines, ready to protect our bodies from a multitude of threats. They are our body's main form of defense, constantly patrolling and battling against infections and diseases. White blood cells, often referred to as leukocytes, are like the body's in-house security team, acting as the first line of defense when an invader is detected. They are the unsung heroes, ensuring our bodies function smoothly without us even realizing the constant battles they fight on our behalf. The bone marrow meticulously produces 5 different types of white blood cells, each with unique responsibilities. The neutrophils, a type of white blood cell, are the most abundant and are often the first to arrive at the site of an infection. They are like the foot soldiers, combating bacteria and fungi that invade our bodies. Then we have lymphocytes, which consist of B and T cells. The B cells produce antibodies, specialized proteins that lock onto specific antigens on the invader. T cells, on the other hand, destroy the infected cells directly and help control the immune response. Monocytes, another type of white blood cell, transform into macrophages that devour the invaders. Eosinophils combat parasites and help with allergic responses, and basophils release chemicals like histamine during allergic reactions. Now imagine if there were a decrease in these healthy white blood cells. The immune system would be weakened, leaving us more susceptible to infections and diseases. It's like a fortress with a dwindling army. leaving it vulnerable to enemy attacks. Maintaining a healthy bone marrow, therefore, is vital for the production of these white blood cells. It ensures a robust immune system capable of fending off any threats that come our way. So next time you think about your health, remember the crucial role your bone marrow and its army of white blood cells play in keeping you safe. Thus, the production of white blood cells by bone marrow is essential for our body's immune defense. The third major benefit of bone marrow is the production of platelets. These tiny, disc-shaped cells play a vital role in our health, acting as the body's first responders when an injury occurs. Think of platelets as the superheroes of the bloodstream. When you get a cut or a scrape, these little guys rush to the scene, sticking to the lining of the injured blood vessel. In doing so, they form a plug that helps stop the bleeding. Without platelets, even a minor wound could lead to excessive bleeding. But it's not just about injury response. Platelets also play a key role in overall blood health. A decrease in healthy platelets can lead to conditions like thrombocytopenia, a disorder that results in easy bruising and bleeding. So, the next time you get a paper cut and it stops bleeding, remember to thank your bone marrow for producing those life-saving platelets. Hence, our bone marrow's ability to produce platelets is critical for our body's healing process. To sum up, bone marrow, often overlooked, plays a crucial role in our health. Let's take a moment to recap the incredible work it does. Bone marrow is the unsung hero that produces our red blood cells, the vital carriers of oxygen to our body's tissues. It's also the birthplace of white blood cells, the warriors that defend our bodies from infections and diseases. And let's not forget platelets, the microscopic saviors that help our blood clot and wounds heal. This tiny spongy tissue tucked away inside our bones is an essential part of our body's machinery, contributing significantly to our overall health and immunity. So next time when you think about your health, remember the silent work of your bone marrow. Remember that every breath you take, every wound you heal, and every disease you fight off, your bone marrow is there, working tirelessly. Thanks for joining us today, and stay curious.